Diversity and multiculturalism. Many people use the term diversity and multiculturalism interchangeably, when in fact there are major differences between the two. Diversity is defined as the differences between people. These differences can include race, gender, sexual orientation, religion, background, socioeconomic status, and much more. Diversity, when talking about it from a human resources management perspective, tends to focus more on a set of policies to meet compliance standards. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, oversees complaints in this area. Multiculturalism goes deeper than diversity by focusing on inclusiveness, understanding, and respect, and also by looking at unequal power in society. In a report called the 2007 State of Workplace Diversity Management Record, most human resource managers said that diversity in the workplace is 1. Not well defined or understood at work, 2. Focuses too much on compliance, and 3. Places too much emphasis on gender and ethnicity. Power and privilege. As defined in this section, diversity focuses on the otherness or differences between individuals and has a goal of making sure through policies that everyone is treated the same. While this is legal and the right thing to do, multiculturalism looks at a system of advantages based on race, gender, and sexual orientation called power and privilege. In this system, the advantages are based on a system in which one race, gender, and sexual orientation is predominant in setting societal rules and norms. The interesting thing about power and privilege is that if you have it, you may not recognize it, which is why we can call it invisible privilege. Here are some examples. 1. Race privilege. Let's say you, a Caucasian, and your friend, an African American, are having dinner together, and when the bill comes, the server gives the check to you. While this may not seem like a big issue, it assumes that you, being Caucasian, are the person paying for the meal. This type of invisible privilege may not seem to matter if you have the privilege, but if you don't, it can be infuriating. 2. Social class privilege. When Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in 2005, many people from outside the storm area wondered why so many people stayed in the city, not even thinking about the fact that some people couldn't afford the gas to put in their car to leave the city. 3. Gender privilege. This refers to privileges one gender has over another. For example, the assumption that a female will change her name to her husband's when they get married. 4. Sexual orientation privilege. If I am heterosexual, I can put a picture of my partner on my desk without worrying what others will think. I can talk about our vacations and experiences we've had without worrying that someone might think about my relationship. This is not the case for many gay, lesbian, and transgender people and their partners. Oftentimes, the privilege we have is considered invisible because it can be hard to recognize one's own privilege based on race, gender, or social class. Many people utilize the color-blind approach, which says, I treat everyone the same, or I don't see people's skin color. In this case, the person is showing invisible privilege and thus ignoring the privileges he or she receives because of race, gender, or social class. While it appears this approach would value all people equally, it doesn't, because people's different needs, assets, and perspectives are disregarded by not acknowledging differences. Another important aspect of power and privilege is the fact that we may have privilege in one area and not another.